Okay, so my original intention with this series was to kind of do it live and just sit and do it, but it's kind of unwieldy. It becomes big, long videos and lots of editing. So I'm just going to do it turn by turn, I think, and show results. So this is the end of turn 3. First activation was the 3rd SS. We can see them here down this road. Bit of a disaster, really. Effectively, we ended up with no advance at all, despite 2 activations. The second one was just a partial. So you can kind of see we pushed in on 10th guards up here, made a bit of progress with that. But here, none at all. And the only reason there's units down here was we took advantage of the road to slip by these elements of 10th guards, which are here. But as you can see, when 10th guards were activated later, they got to here. Interestingly, obviously, there's spoiling attacks in this. So because 3rd SS did have success against 10th guards here, 10th guards were pushed into the spoiled box on tier 2. This also means that they have to be in activation. So a little bit of that humming and hawing about who was going to activate was taken away because of that. So first activation, 3rd SS, nothing really to report. So if I just, well, in fact, we can do it from the same thing. You can kind of see here, 2nd mech. So 2nd mech have kind of, they were in behind 10th guards around this area and further off the map. In their activation, which again, I think we only got the one activation for 2nd mech. We ran a bit of a counter-attack, bit of a interference. So we cleared this road down here. You can see, I'm not sure how that's pronounced, Sev, but you can see Sev is now occupied by 2nd mech. This unit here had to retreat back to the main road. And then utilizing the road that pushes up through Pillis here, we've pushed in 2 units to run interference on the main road. So 3rd SS will be in trouble a little bit next turn. So that was the first 2 activations. So next up was the 96th Infantry. Again, you can just see that they've kind of infiltrated and pushed in a little bit more around here. Didn't really move here, just repositioning, moving across to take up the flank with 3rd SS over in this area. And we ran a couple of barrages here, which were, I think they were successful. They got casualties there. So that's 96th. A bit of a disaster here. So this is 23rd Rifle. My idea obviously was to push 23rd Rifle up that road past Pilsforosva to reinforce 10th guards who are just up off that road. In fact, there's enough urban terrain around there to kind of probably make, well, you can see where there's elements of 23rd there. We could have seized that and that Pilsforosva and probably made a couple of nice little isolating points. But they failed. Double 1 roll. No activation. They're already fatigue 1, so unfortunate. So now Kampfgruppe Pape, you can kind of see have pushed in around here. They cleared out the units that were still holding here and kind of looped around. So obviously they're going after Titania. So 34th Guards are looking a little bit in trouble there. Pape, I think, had 2 activations. No, actually, I think maybe it was only the one. But made good ground, so that was really good. And the other thing that it did was then when 5th SS activated, I suddenly realized 5th SS had a clear road, although this guy's blocking here. We've pushed on again, so again, in an attempt to keep them fresh, which they are at the moment, we didn't indulge in any combat, even against this isolated guy here. All we've done is seek to isolate him to again give them the problem. But you can see with this movement up into here, 80th Guards is now going to have to probably pull back into this area. Otherwise, they're going to get isolated up there along with that unit of 18th Tank. Tricky times. You can also see just on the edge of the map there. So that was one of the later activations, which was the 711th Infantry Division. 2 activations, which is fantastic for a unit with a command of 5. But they came hurtling up from Comoron and took their positions on the edge of that. So that's kind of filled in that little gap, I think. And obviously with circumstances moving on anyway down here, probably made it redundant that, you know, the Russians aren't going to push into something that they can't support. Again, mostly just a transport turn for 6th Panzer. I hadn't realised actually it's a tank battalion with 3 motorised regiments, motorised battalions at the minute, and a Pioneer, I think. So it's a compact little thing, and that's it there. That's 6th Panzer. But again, only 1 activation, but they got as far as they could, so they're pushed into there. They'll continue to transit, obviously, up the road. And come alongside 3rd SS, I guess, in the fullness of time. And I just wanted to finish with 10th Guards, who are in real trouble. If you recall, at the end of the last turn, they were kind of split in 2 parts by the 3rd SS. They couldn't actually make an MSR, so the combat trains have left the map. So they began with a -5 snafu, and would you believe, got a partial. So well done, 10th Guards. What we did was we pushed them into prepared defence. We pulled back from our positions and went the other side of this stream here. We just broke those down in individual units. Ideally, obviously, we want them to come this way, not get pushed the wrong side. And at the very top there, you can see that guy we've kind of just given up. He's got 6 steps. He's going to lose 2 a turn. So he'll make it to the end of the scenario just about, but then he'll disappear. And there we go. So swings and roundabouts wasn't the turn I expected from the Germans. I thought the Germans would have pushed on much more. I think it's been a good recovery turn for the Russians in this sector. But I think in the other sector, sort of in front of Tata and Tatabanya, it's changed, and the Germans look like they're going to make progress there. So we'll see how it pans out.